Stop what you're doing right now and go and read George Russell's piece in the Players' Tribune. You will not regret it. I've said it before, but the Players' Tribune pieces are some of my favourite written pieces ever. It's the drivers writing firsthand in their own words, and I can tell you right now, they are always so emotional. I really recommend you go and read them all. So George Russell is the latest F1 driver to have written a piece, and it starts off with the story of the stopwatch. The stopwatch being the thing that George feared. Not the speed, not the track, but the watch. The watch that his dad would be holding, telling him just by a look that George's time was not good enough and that he needed to go again. At the start of the race weekend, the stopwatch would be telling George, you're not quick enough, and then by the end, he'd won the race. How did that happen? It took George 6 years to realise that his dad was purposefully clicking the stopwatch too late. The story that George wrote is quite focused on his relationship with his father and all of the feelings of being a child and his dad in the grandstand, being unhappy, wanting more for George. It's a feeling that he says he remembers so clearly. For 10 years of George's career, he would look at his dad on every single lap, waiting for the satisfaction on his dad's face. If he did, one big happy family. If not, silence on the ride home. I felt a bit of sadness reading some of George's own words about the anxiety he felt as a child and how on edge he actually really was. The weight of racing, his dad, even just being at home by himself, and the story of F1 drivers and their dads. It's always it's an intense childhood. I really feel for them. But one thing George did set the record straight on was his meeting with Toto Wolff. He said, Toto has been lying to you all. He's been telling everyone I was in a suit, a tie, I had a briefcase. George said it wasn't that extreme. But anyway, he gets signed to Mercedes. They tell him, we believe in you. And then he says, when he told his dad kind of just let George go, kind of like, you're a man now, you can forge your own path. George did write that he feels like his personality is misunderstood, but he's just focused on performing and winning. And something that I loved is when he said, I want to win a F1 World Championship, and when I do, I know I'll want to win another and another. And he said it's what he's taken from being around Lewis and Toto, is that mentality. He does talk about what he's learned from Lewis as well, and says that Lewis is just greatness that keeps on growing. It's a real vulnerable, raw, open, honest piece. George wrote this piece for all of the people that backed him and believed in him. He thanks them towards the end. He says he understands his dad now. It's a story of resilience, family, strength, the willingness to just keep on going. And all of the anxiety that George felt as a child, writing this, he said, I feel a bit lighter, a bit more free. I believe in myself and my team. I am prepared for what is to come. I am ready to be a champion.